Hola, fellow plant conquistadors. I, Cortez the Konqueror, have discovered the secret to ultimate plant domination. Behold, the magical grow dots and the miraculous recharge. With these, even the most novice grower can conquer the mightiest of indoor jungles. Grow dots, my friends, are no ordinary pellets. They are time-released nutrients, crafted by the gods of cultivation themselves. One application provides all the sustenance your green subjects need for a full 16-week grow cycle. Imagine that. Simply sprinkle these enchanted pellets into your soil and watch your plants thrive. But remember, brave cultivators, even the mightiest conquistador needs balanced pH for a successful conquest. Fear not. For recharge, our microbial ally shall defend your plants against the dreaded nutrient lockout. This instant compost tea introduces beneficial microbes to the root zone, creating a thriving ecosystem in your soil. The result? Stronger, more resilient plants that laugh in the face of pests and diseases. Witness the fruits of our labor. Lush, vibrant plants that would make even Montezuma jealous. Are you ready to simplify your grow and maximize your yields? Then heed my call. Join me on this epic growing adventure. Visit www.realgrowers.com/Cortez and use code Cortez for a Conqueror's discount. Follow my conquest on Instagram at Cortez the Konqueror. Together, we shall rule the indoor growing world. Real growers, real conquests. Viva la Grow Revolution.
Go to the link in the description to save big and score free shipping on all Real Growers products, or use coupon code Cortez at checkout. Every time you save, you're also helping the channel bring you content like this.
What's going on, everybody? It's Cortez the Konqueror, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a DGC Cup 2025 recap, and I also wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on my clone to harvest using the Fast Buzz genetics. As you guys know, I've been working with the Papaya Sherbert genetics. I found a pheno that I really liked, and I went ahead and re-vegged it. Now, that was probably my biggest fear on this whole trip, outside of like the little nerves of like getting married and everything. But I knew I was in a better place to get married when the anxiety of my grow took over my little wedding jitters. Now, let's get into it. So I was gone from home. I was gone for the garden for what turned out to be pretty much a full 10 days. Now, I pretty much prepared my run like before I even really left the house. I dropped the temps in my room. I also turned my lights drastically down. In the 5x5, I have an Evo 8 as my light. I turned the light down as low as 20%. I also started overwatering in anticipation for leaving about 3 days before I left, and I had the 10 gallons of the living soil, and I had the AC Infinity self-watering bases under those. Now, in addition to what I had in flower, I also have my keeper genetics. So I had my 4 cuts that I wanted to keep alive. I'm gonna give you guys a full look inside of my garden a little bit towards the end of this so you guys can see how everything turned out or didn't. Now, as far as driving to Colorado and driving to the Cup, it's about 1,000 miles. I didn't drive all in one shot this year. I broke it up. Me and the wife have found that the halfway point is actually Omaha, Nebraska. But the drive started right here in Chicago. I got up, started loading my truck at about 3 a.m., just trying to beat traffic, really. I was trying to get pretty much to the cornfields by the time everybody woke up and traffic kicked up a little bit. But it didn't take me too long to get out to Iowa, where I visited one of the DGC. Big shout out to Smoke-A-Lot-Opotamus for all the hospitality. After we had the little DGC meetup, it was only maybe about another 2 or 2.5 hour drive into Omaha, Nebraska. We stayed at the Omaha Hilton for the night, which was pretty cool because inside of the Omaha Hilton, they have this like speakeasy themed restaurant that's set up like an old school supper club. So it was almost like stepping back into like the 1920s, which I actually found really cool. After we stayed in Omaha for the night, it was time for the next 500 miles of the journey, and ran into a little bit of interesting stuff. I always find funny stuff at like gas stations while I'm traveling. Well, this wasn't that funny, but I found this like white Rasta dude that was doing music outside of the gas station. Now, me personally, I never really give out money to people, but if I see people in need, I'm more likely to buy them food. I mean, I don't know, criticize me if you want to, but I got a feeling that if I gave them money, it would probably go to drugs or alcohol. If I hook them up with something to eat, then I know they're actually getting some food in their system and it's doing them some good. But not long after I bought this guy some pizza and a pop, the police intervened.
Kingston 12. Oh yeah, it's Kingston 12, yeah, moving. It's Kingston 12. Them wanna come balance I. Oh no, them wanna come pull I up. Scabba dip, scabba wanna come pull I out. But you can't come pull I out now, 'cause I'm moving. Kingston 12. Oh, good God, you feel no pain. One good thing about music, when it hits, you feel no pain. So hit me with music, hit me with music, harder, hit me with music, brutalize me with music. This is a trench town rock, now don't watch that. Trench town rock, if you want big fish or squid, trench town reap what you sow. Trench side rock and everyone know now. Trench side rock, don't turn your back. Trench side rock, I'm gonna give this song a try.
Now, I was exercising my First Amendment rights to record in public. I was still trying to maintain a respectful distance from the police so that they didn't cause any issues with me or try to intervene. But from the looks of it, this guy had like an outstanding warrant, probably like a failure to appear or something stupid. But after his name came back, they went ahead and booked him. The rest of the drive through Nebraska was actually pretty peaceful. It's a really beautiful state to drive through if you guys ever get the chance. Then we made it into Colorado. Goodbye, Nebraska. And hello, Colorado. Checking in with you guys from the road. Oh yeah. Now, the one thing about traveling through Colorado, you're still in Central Time Zone when you first get into Colorado. But then after you drive in a little bit deeper, we get into Mountain Time. So did go through the time change and then made my way into Denver, where big shout out Colorado Chris. Him and his wife were actually nice enough to get us a hotel room for the night, which actually helped out because that was one of the nights I did not have figured out. Now, we got into Colorado Sunday night. That night just pretty much chilled. I think I got a car wash to get all the bugs off my headlights and my grill. They're brutal going through all that farmland. Monday, woke up, went to the Jefferson County Courthouse, where we went and got our marriage license. And then later on that Monday night, we went ahead and had my bachelor party, which I think you guys have seen some of the video footage from.
Yeah, here we are at the bachelor party for Mr. Cortez.
That's cool.
We got Matt.
Sean, I'm a little depressed. You won't drink with me.
I had to have 6 beers just to get in the mood to come here.
Healthy green.
Healthy green.
Drinking Cambodian breast.
2 shots.
Colorado Chris, he's a born-again Jehovah's Witness.
That Cambodian breath will fuck you up.
But we're just warming up for the night, guys. Party on.
My breath goes sour.
Now, Tuesday, we went ahead and it was actually pretty cool. I got to stay at the Hilton Embassy Suites for 2 nights. And I was actually able to do that for free from American Express credit card points. If you guys don't have a travel card, it's something you might want to look into, because why not get free stuff off of the money that you're spending already? Now, Tuesday, we went ahead and had the wedding. It was at the International Church of Cannabis. Big shout out to Steve for letting us have it there. It was an amazing venue, and so many people showed up. It was a bigger crowd than I thought it was going to be. We had the whole Real Growers fam there. So Scotty, Banner, High C came out. Grambo was officiating. Some of my buddies, Grizz Grows, came out. Colorado Chris was there. Mo Colorado was the maid of honor with my wife. She was actually a part of the wedding. It was a really good time. There were so many other people there too, like Jeremy. Big shout out to JLS Monster from Three's Genetics. Can't forget ICANN THC. All of the local Denver scene really came out and showed support. I think it was maybe like 35 people turnout. So if I'm forgetting your name, I'm sorry, but I'm a little stoned at the moment. I brought some of the dabs back with me. Now, after the wedding, then all of a sudden it's Wednesday. Now, Wednesday, we traveled from Denver about an hour north, getting a little bit closer up by like the Wyoming border. We were in Old Town Fort Collins. Yeah. Oh, we did the Cribs video last year.
It's okay. This is Chris video 25.
And this will be Cribs Old Town Edition. Last time we were what, a little bit closer to LaPorte? Nobody fuck with my kitchen. Bought an old school, and I set it on 6. The Airbnb I got was really nice. The main thing I was really looking at, like, I didn't really care about the house. Like, I didn't really care if it was like a fucking double wide, as long as the kitchen met the bill to do all the prep work that I had to do for the cup, to get all the food prep, get everything ready, cut down some of you guys' wait times. But I had Dude Where's My Bong, and then Grizz Grows went in on the Airbnb too, so that just made it a little bit easier on everybody. Pro tip, if you guys are gonna travel somewhere, book early and look into doing Airbnb, and maybe even get a couple more rooms than you think you need, because if you find buddies that'll go in with you, people you don't mind spending at least a couple few days with, it makes it to where it's almost cheaper than paying for like a hotel. Now, Wednesday and Thursday, we were hard at work. Wednesday, we started doing the ribs. Thursday was all about the chicken. If you guys got the chance to try some of the chicken wings at the Cup, just so you know, that's actually my wife's Caribbean recipe. Her family came over here from Haiti, and it was kind of cooked more in like the traditional Haitian style. So if you guys did get some of the wings from the Cup, drop a comment down below and let me know what you thought about my wife's Haitian recipe. Friday, we were still hard at work prepping. Also, we had to run up to Longmont. That's when we first got up to Vermilion Hills, and I set up the tent. Now we just pretty much got the grill out there and set up the shell of the tent, but as far as all the stuff that we brought back inside for like the setup, the counter, all that good stuff, I did that the day of. But Friday, I had to run back to the Airbnb, do some more prepping, start portioning sauces, start to get the Cortez juices ready. But I was able to catch maybe like the last hour and a half to 2 hours of the VIP party, and then we hit the after party inside the bakery at none other than Scotty Reel's house. This brings us to Saturday now, the day of the actual Cup. Now, I didn't get to catch too much of the Cup because I was working at my booth. We had Dude Where's My Bong on the grill. I was basically doing expo and kind of being like the quarterback. And then big shout out to Daphne. I hired one of Lil Real's friends as a designated order taker, and she was an absolute game changer. So if you're watching this, big shout out to you, Daphne. Now, as Saturday went on, it's pretty cool. Somebody I just had on the show recently, big shout out to Daryl Peach. Oh, Daryl. I want to say he placed third. I'm not really sure as far as the other ones, but I want to say the winner was Too High Drew. We can look that up though. Then, of course, we had Sunday, the day of the first hash bash within the DGC Cup. This was actually the only day I got to enjoy, and I really got to let my hair down. I kicked that off with enjoying some of Adam Dunn's nitrous bong. I actually got to meet Adam Dunn too. Got to take a picture with him. I bought a pack of seeds from him that I'm pretty interested to run. It's from his new Freak Show line, and it is Cheese Freak, so it is Mendo cheese crossed with the Freak Show. Can't wait to run those. As the night went on, got to try some of the best hash, not only rosin but BHO as well. And let me tell you folks, it was some of the best in the nation. Some of the terps on those jars were absolutely insane. Now, after Sunday, we rolled into Monday. Had to go back to the Jefferson County Courthouse and turn back in my marriage certificate, license, whatever you call it. I don't know. I let the wife do that kind of stuff. She's pretty much like the admin assistant. She takes care of all the secretary. But we had some paper to turn back in. And now we are officially Mr. and Mrs. Cortez.
All right. Awesome. Gentlemen, let's get high.
And then I went ahead, got an oil change, hit Jiffy Lube really quick before I started to make the 1,000-mile pilgrimage home. Now, I did stop once again around Omaha area, so I broke it into 2 8-hour shifts. Drove 500 miles and then the other 500 miles. Now, once I pulled up at home, my main thought is, oh my God, my fucking plants. Maybe you guys remember, maybe you don't, but last year returning home from the Cup, I had my light fail. All 4 corners of my light, and I came home, unzipped my tent to my Evo 8 sitting on top of my entire tent. Didn't want that to happen again. So I actually kind of left the wife in my dust. I grabbed the cat in her little carrier. I got a little duffel bag for her. And me and the cat were running up the stairs. I went immediately to my plants, and this is what I found. Now, I couldn't be any happier. Seriously, it looked like I didn't even leave the garden. So I kind of just hit them with some plain water really quick, just getting my topsoil rehydrated, even though I did still have a nice moisture content in my substrate, but just went ahead and gave them a little bit of love as soon as I got home. I have to go ahead and give a big shout out to Real Growers. The grow dots are a big part of what made it possible. Now, as you guys can see in the video I just showed, that is literally my view of the tent as soon as I opened it after it had been unattended for 10 days. So if you guys wanted to try any of the grow dots, recharge, or even get a real bucket system, you guys can go ahead and go to www.realgrowers.com/Cortez, where you guys will score a huge discount, as well as any order over $50 enjoys free shipping. It was a hell of a week, hell of a 10 days. I gotta say, this has been the best DGC Cup so far. Now, next year, it should be at the same venue at Vermilion Hills. It should be the first week of June, as far as Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I would have to look at a calendar for that. But I really hope to see all of you guys next year. You guys can come out, try some of my food, come kick it. We can talk about autoflowers, growing, whatever you guys want. But until then, I'm going to sign off for now. And just to let you guys know as well, next week we are going back to our regularly scheduled programming. And on Conversations with Cortez, I have my special guest, Dirk from Lost Coast Plant Therapy. We should get some really good stories from him about back in the day in Humboldt County and how he came to create such a great IPM. Big supporter of Dude Grows. You can find him in the pro section if you guys want to, if you're one of the DGC members, or if you go to the Lost Coast Plant Therapy website. All you gotta do is sign up, and he will send you out a 2-ounce free sample of the Lost Coast, which I think it's a half ounce per gallon. So it's 2 to 4 gallons that you could actually make from the concentrate. But until next week, guys, stay tuned.
Bye.